Well, this is week one of the Ask Sean conference call. And what we're going to do, if you've been watching the emails and some of the big changes we've been putting in the inner circle, we are going to be doing these every single week. Basically, all of you have the opportunity to ask me any question you like, and there's a little kind of sign-up form on the inner circle there, where you can ask me to review your site, any of your strategies that you're looking at. Maybe there's a product or a tool on the market you want me to look at, see if it's right for your business. Basically, many different ways of looking at this and jumping in here, doing whatever you need to do. And, hopefully I can answer your questions. Now, with a lot of kind of private coaching and stuff like that, a lot of people charge thousands of dollars. I know I charge a lot of money for this, but I thought this would be a great way for all of my members to actually get real answers from someone who's been in the trenches and, get answers to those questions that may be holding them back from success. So with that being said, I'm going to just dive right in. We have several questions we're going to answer tonight. I've picked at kind of random from the pool here. There's a lot of different varied questions, and hopefully, even if you haven't faced this roadblock, you're going to learn some really cool little tips and tricks here from what we have going on now. The first question I'm going to deal with tonight is actually from one of my customers members, should I say, in Czechoslovakia. And they're asking about, they've got really, they're using our Firestorm SEO course, and quite a few people are from our inner circle here, and they've got some great Alexa rankings, but they're not seeing the traffic and it's not converting into sales. Now, the question I have is, I have a website following your Firestorm SEO course, and it's losefatgainmuscles.com. So you can have a look on that website along with us here. And then after they've built 7 link magnets, 47 articles on Ezine Articles and Articles Base, and they've got 6 articles on other websites as well, with about 30 backlinks on PageRank 2 to 7 sites from .edu domains. They've done quite a lot of backlinking here. And they've seen a tremendous raise in their Alexa rankings from 7 million, and they're now ranked 564,000 in the world. So that's a big jump, but they're not seeing any real traffic, and they're asking what they can do. Well, let me just pull up this website myself. And again, you'll be able to see this in tomorrow's replay because we're recording this as a video as well. Now, let me just find it here. Now, they actually have pretty much used the exact Firestorm SEO website template that we gave, which is all WordPress based, and we show them how to really optimize that and take it to a fully optimized, laser targeted keyword setup. Now, the first thing I want to say about this, they're really in the lose weight market, which is very, very, very competitive. There are people spending millions and millions of dollars on those keywords. Now, a lot of the keywords that are being targeted here are very competitive. And let's just, first of all, on Alexa, they have, jumped up quite dramatically in terms of where they have. So they must be getting some traffic somewhere along the line here. There's traffic coming in left, right, and center to boost those rankings. However, that being said, that doesn't necessarily mean it's buyer traffic. And this is the problem. They're promoting a actual product. It's, I believe, a ClickBank product, or they're putting a few extra bonuses here with a whole load of other stuff. Actually, it's some PLR or master resale rights stuff, I think, looking at it. But the thing is that the actual base of operations here, the actual targeted keywords, seem to be a little, either a little too generic, where they're not seeming to get a lot of traffic, or should I say they're not getting a lot of search volume, or there's too much actual competition. Now, just to take one of the keywords targeted, you can do this yourself in Google if you have that up in front of you, a browser up in front of you. One of the terms targeted was best muscle building exercises. Now, I put that into Google, and just without quotes, that's 2.9 million search results found. If you wrap that in quotes, even then, for that exact term, that is still 874,000 results. Now, even if you have a targeted page really geared towards that, there's still a lot of traffic out there. Now, excuse me. There's still a lot of competition there for that term. So I think the main problem here is you're not seeing any of the natural listings, really because the terms are too competitive. So, excuse me. Grabbing a drink here, my throat is already dry after only a few minutes of talking here. So excuse me while I pop open a can of soda. Much better. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think the terms are a little too competitive that they may be going after here. Just to take another one, there was one of the things we use in our Firestorm sites is search term tagging. Now, I noticed on this website, losefatgainmuscles.com, they are being found for certain terms, so they are getting traffic. But I think the main problem here is some of this is actually stuff that is being searched for by the owner of the website, because you see in the recent terms, if you look on the right-hand column, stuff like site and then colon / the actual name. That's a Google search term that this site is being found for. So it's kind of a little. It's being found by the owner looking to see where his site's ranking. So that's kind of showing that up a little bit. Excuse me again. Wasn't expecting to be so dry after so long. But there you go. I think there's a lot of things you can do here. Look, my recommendations here would rather than focusing on the internal lose weight, lose fat and everything else, concentrate more on the muscle side of things, like the muscle gain, strength gain, lean defined muscles. And what I would do is, you've started with article marketing on eZine articles. That's a good start. And what I would do there is actually do some more targeted articles, because you didn't in the question you didn't really say some of the actual targeted articles for me to examine. But I would go more after the actual muscle gaining terms. There's a lot less competition there, and that will help you kind of bolster your results, I think, because you're focusing more on muscle gain and getting lean muscle, which by association and metabolism, you lose weight as well. But the losing weight side of things, that is a very, very competitive market. Even the low-hanging fruit on there has a lot of competition. So I would focus more on the muscle side of things, do some more targeted eZine articles. And one thing I would recommend there, which will really help you, is buy some cheap US traffic. You can buy traffic in bulk from some places. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but if you do buy traffic, you'll find places out there that will sell cheap US traffic. You can buy maybe 1,000 or 2,000 for about $10. And there's a trick to this, and here's why. For example, if I did, let's just say here, lose weight. I'm just going to give you an example on the most competitive side. I'm in eZine articles now, and if you just do a search for lose weight, you'll see a lot of articles in here. But if you click on the first one, which for me, because it's powered by Google, is 20 ways to lose weight. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. If you scroll to the bottom of the page, you get an idea of how many times an article's been viewed. This one I'm looking at right now, which is targeted on 20 ways to lose weight, has been viewed 258,422 times. That's a lot of traffic. Now, if you assume the conversion rate for most articles, it's anywhere from about 15 to 20% if you do it right. You can get higher results, and we'll be covering that in a future course about article marketing. But what you want to do here is, by buying traffic, you want to get on the most viewed eZine articles for a particular category. So, for example, in the weight loss category, if you were targeting that, you would want to get on that list by buying enough traffic to be viewed on that. Now, here's the thing. You can try and don't try and use proxy traffic or anything like that, because EZine Articles actually detects that and will filter and ban your account. However, by buying genuine US-based traffic, you can get a lot of views to your article, which will help in not only with its Google rankings, but by getting on this most viewed list, every other article in the entire EZine Articles network has an internal link back to your article. Now, here's the secret, and this is one of the secrets we're going to be putting in our article marketing course. By doing that, if you could imagine in such a competitive niche as weight loss, in EZine Articles, there's hundreds of articles being posted there every day for that. There are thousands upon thousands of internal articles in that category. Each one of them with a link back to your article targeting your weight loss, muscle gain, or your particular area, your focus area there. And that can catapult you up the search engines for that one term. Now, ranking with an EZine article is actually very, very simple. And that one tip alone will, for any article marketers out there, will absolutely explode their results. That tip alone is worth hundreds of dollars, because if you do it right, again, that can just accelerate your conversions and your results through the roof, and most especially your traffic. Now, that's in the weight loss market. It will work in your muscle gain market. It'll work in your dog training markets, llama herding, hamster training, whatever you want to do, whichever market you're in. If you can do that with EZine Articles, that can really accelerate your results and your traffic dramatically. So that's one way I would recommend boosting your traffic there from just your article marketing side of things. The other way you could do that, one thing you should do, and I don't know if you're doing this, is get on Twitter as well. Release your targeted articles your targeted articles, your blog posts, get them on Twitter. Now, we cover this kind of in Twitter Commando, which is kind of an evolution of the WordPress setup we had with Firestorm SEO. But if you create a social media presence as well as getting your targeted articles out there, then again, that can generate a lot of interest, a lot of traffic, and a lot of backlinks as well. Even in the most competitive markets like losing weight, people pick up those articles, people will use them in their content, on their blogs, and it can work out very, very well. There's a lot of things that you can do in the social sphere in the most competitive markets that kind of help your viral attitude. Now, the person who asked me this question, I know they're very hot on using tools like SENuke, social bookmarking, everything else. That will help. But again, because this is a very competitive niche, you have to kind of think outside of the normal box a little bit. Some video marketing stuff might work. Again, it's the devil in the deep blue sea. From an SEO perspective, in this market, I would go after the lower hanging fruit. However, don't ignore the potential of going after some slightly long tail keywords with EZine Articles, and that will really, really should help you with your traffic as well. Now, again, there are many other things you can do as well. One of the tips we released recently in a video was about press releases. Just to show you, I think I've got that up on my list here. I actually, over the weekend, released a press release just to drive some traffic to actually the Inner Circle, because we were kind of relaunching that a little bit and promoting this Ask Sean section. So I did a little article about, or a little press release about internet marketing failure rates and how these, Inner Circle will help you. Well, just within 1 hour of releasing that, I had an extra 2,000 people, unique visitors, come to my website. Within 6 hours, that number jumped up to 5,000. And over the weekend, because it kind of lasted the whole weekend cycle, that went up to over 12,000. And what you can't see, obviously, on the phone right now, but what I've got in front of me is this is the article. It was called, and if you can do a search for this if you like, internet marketing - higher than expected failure rate and then put that in quotes, and you'll see about 323 results just indexed in Google. And a lot of these produce backlinks back to not only my press release, but also to my website and everything else. So I got a load of backlinks. It was spread all over Twitter. It was spread all over different kind of press release aggregation sites. And that's just the amount of traffic I got within and results I got indexed within Google with a press release. So it really does work. And if you want to look at that video, it's in the inner circle, and you get that as free. And we've got all sorts of other stuff we're going to be doing for free, other sorts of videos there. So that will help you again with your traffic as well. So that's kind of what I would recommend there. Give it a little boost, see how that works for you, and just kick it up. All you got to do is try. You're going to hit the right combination, and when you do start seeing results from any traffic, and this applies to anyone out there trying to generate traffic, once you get a source of traffic that works, push it. Try other sources as well. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, but push it as hard as you can, because any good source of traffic is going to continue to be a good source of traffic the more efforts you put into it. One other thing I should mention, I suppose, go to some of the forums in your niche, your active niche, and start posting in there, building a reputation. Again, driving people to your website, answer questions, become an expert. And again, over time, your reputation will grow to the point where your authority will grow, and then anything you recommend will also produce traffic and sales as well. Okay, well, that's it for question 1. Let's move on. We're doing not too bad for time. That was about 17 minutes on one question, so we'll see. I'm going to do this for about an hour, but we'll see how many we can get through in that time. Another question I had was about article marketing, which we've kind of covered a little bit here. One question I get asked a lot, actually, as well as from this person, was, I have a lot of article marketing tools, but should I submit some articles to some directories manually and then use the tools to do their job? I've already used tools like Pinger, like the one in SENuke, and should I also use Backlink Booster? What should I spread out the timing on this? Well, the way I do it is this. Now, ezine articles is a funny fish in the article marketing world, and that's also why they're number one. They have a very high quality process. So what I recommend doing is first submit it to ezine articles. Okay, get through their approval process, and then you're good. Now, if you want to, and I know where this person's coming from, if you want to spin the article, do so, but wait until your other article is indexed and published and indexed, and then what I recommend is promoting that one separately. Then a week later, spin the article however you want to do it. I use the Best Spinner, which is part of SENuke. Very good tool, by the way, if you've not used that. But then start spreading it to other directories as well. Now, there's a few good sites out there. There's Articlesbase, Article Dashboard, Article City, Buzzle, and all the rest of it. You can spread to them as well and spin them. But one thing I like to do as well, which again has absolutely zero approval process, you don't have to wait for like a lot of article directories, is using Scribd. Now, what you can do here is, if you have something like Microsoft Word or OpenOffice, which is a free alternative, get your article, put it in a like one of the templates with a cover and everything else, put your article in there, or even a couple of your articles, and put it up on Scribd. Now, there's not just Scribd, there's also Camino, Doct, I think it is. There's a few other places like that are document publishers, and they are great. You don't have to go through all the bullcrap of the actual approval process. You can get your stuff up there really quickly, and it's indexed very fast. Now, Scribd does have some no-follow links and stuff like that. It really depends on, I think a lot of it's to do with your reputation as well. But I concentrate more on Camino and Doct The other ones I do for article marketing, and I don't have to worry about the approval process. And if you have SE Nuke, you can also set up your blogs and everything else, your Web 2.0 blogs. And that is great because, again, you don't have to worry about the approval process and then use that to boost all your stuff. So you can spin it, you can submit it, you can have a lot of fun with that. But start off with ezine articles, because if you use that trick I mentioned from question 1 with buying a little traffic to give it a boost and then let it rip, and then have everything else coming out afterwards, you'll have a lot better results. Now, another thing you can do on the same token is promote and get your ezine articles going. Set up then a spun version to 10 other article directories. Then spin it some more, then use SE Nuke to promote each and every one of them, and then also promote your ezine articles one. Again, you're building a lot more links to your ezine articles one, and again, propelling that up the search engines, and that will help you a lot there. But in terms of timing, ezine articles, start off day 1, then promote it, leave it 7 days, and then start spinning it everywhere else. That gives Google a chance to think about the syndication aspect, which looks more natural, and then kind of just spread the load, spread it out, a promotion out over the course of a week or 2 weeks. It looks a lot more natural, because if you get too many links too quickly and it's too similar an article, then Google's just going to say, hey, this is spun version. And their filters are getting better and better and better for spun articles. Now, another thing that was asked about are the different tools available. And I just want to make a few comments on them, especially for the article marketers out there. SE Nuke is a fantastic tool. I highly recommend it to everyone. It is $129 a month. It's a little out of the price range for some people, but if you can afford it, it is a wonderful all-in-one promotion tool. Unique Article Wizard is a great tool. But again, I do a lot of my stuff within SE Nuke. Jet Submitter, you do not need it if you've got SE Nuke. SEO Linkvine, that's great if you want content, and again for Firestorm sites, for targeted niche sites, that's great. But right now, in my experience with a lot of these guys, is they don't have enough publishers in their networks, so the results from that tend to be kind of all over the place. And another tool I was asked about in the same question was Linkvana. Now, I played around with this about a year ago, and I had mixed results. It's a good backlinking creation tool. They have a big blog network, but honestly, they don't really get indexed very well. And I think from my experiments, Google was starting to realize what's going on with Linkvana and kind of had mapped their network. A lot of these tools eventually, especially these networks, tend to get mapped, and Google tends to be very clever, and they will buy subscriptions and look at these tools and try and do tracking and all sorts of stuff to find out where the networks lay. A lot of the kind of like the three-way backlink sites and a lot of these backlink exchanges, they do exactly the same thing. They will buy and I got this from an insider at Google, they will actually buy subscriptions, place test articles, see where they follow, and then that's the sites they end up banning. So keep that in mind. Another part of the same question was, should they use Backlink Booster? Backlink Booster is one of our very popular tools that helps build and boost links to either articles, videos, your backlinks pointing to your own sites and all that kind of thing. I would recommend you use that in combination with SE Nuke because it is very, very powerful, and a lot of people have had some great success with that tool, and especially for article marketing and video marketing, it's your ace card. It really is very, very powerful. So that's that for question 3. Question 2. Question 3 is actually another Firestorm SEO question. And recently it was suggested that I suggested to someone that they use static pages. Now that's this is a really good question. What is the difference between using static pages and actual posts for Firestorm targeted pages? That's basically the question. Essentially, there is no SEO difference between them. The reason I like to use static pages is if I have a lot of dynamic and rapid content coming into my website, again, maybe from auto blogging, or I have my team of content creators, I like to retarget the same page, the same terms multiple times. So I'll have static pages that will target the 10 terms, for example, that I want to go after for my site. And then I'll have constant content being added to it, retargeting the same terms or LSI terms, related terms, going to the same, to the same website. That allows me to control and Google sees that there's a lot of dynamic content coming in. However, I will actually focus on targeted pages with my actual campaigns. I might also have them just with, like, if you have used WPO-Matic, which is a great auto blogging platform, I might have 10 campaigns, this is a kind of an advanced aspect which I didn't discuss in Firestorm SEO. So you're getting some extra bonus content here if you have that course. What I'd like to do is set up auto posting on those terms. 10 campaigns, each targeting that keyword. And then in the template of WPO-Matic, I will actually have an internal link back to that static page. That really does create a lot of internal targeted links to that targeted page from related pages, because any post that is coming in to that particular campaign is related to that exact term. So again, it's seen as related content going back to that targeted page. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of a little kind of complex to explain. But by doing that, you again create a lot of internal backlinks, which are seen as valuable as external backlinks as well. That bolsters the power of those static pages in terms of its SEO value, and again will help catapult it up the search engines. Now, if you don't want to go to that complex level, then using posts is just fine. They are laser targeted exactly as a page would be. And, for the most part, it doesn't matter if it is pushed down the pages, pushed off the homepage because of dynamic content. It really does come down to personal preference. But the angle I was coming at from that and using static pages is that more advanced technique I was describing there. So I know the person who asked this question is on the call. So I hope that makes more sense. And again, if you have any questions about that, hit up Lisa or myself in the Trouble Tickets and we'll go through that in more detail with you. So yeah, again, it's kind of personal preference. That is why I tend to lean towards static pages. RSS feeds, the posts do have their RSS feeds, which again can be beneficial for marketing purposes. But again, that's why I say I kind of go after the double whammy effect with static pages and actual posts as well over time. So question 4. Let me pull that up. Okay, this is actually a kind of an interesting kind of side question. Video squeeze pages. Why is there a sudden preference for video squeeze pages, and why do they remove the controls? It's a bloody good question, and the answer is actually quite surprising. Okay, first of all, there's a lot more push towards that because, honestly, conversions are higher. The long-form sales page is dying a slow death. Now, you're not going to see the end of it, especially with the ClickBank side of things, to be quite honest. Because a lot of the people who buy those products, again, the habit is, and you've probably done this yourself, I do it myself all the time, but you will rapidly scroll down the page, seeing if anything catches your eye once you've got past the headline to see how much it's going to cost. You get to the bottom, you see the price, and if there's anything along the way, on that all the way down, as you're scrolling like 10 to 20 pages in terms of the scroll height, there might be a bullet point that catches your eye, or a subheadline, or an embedded video. But the truth is they're trying to catch the ADD attention. And I've got ADD. So I know they're trying to catch my attention by doing that. And you know what? Very few people will read an entire sales letter. It's actually very, very rare. So by putting it all in a video in one spot, and actually I'll pull up an example because we were doing this ourselves here. You can see here, and this is actually the Inner Circle video, and again, you'll be able to see this. If you go to themanicmarketer.com/inner circle, and you'll see we have a big logo title, a big kind of headline, and then the video right there. There's no text version, there's no long form sales page, and you've probably seen this on a lot of our promotions and products. We don't do a lot of long form sales letters. 2 reasons. It's a pain in the ass to write, to be quite honest. It's a lot easier for me to do a video, and you will not only see my face, you will see, the different hand gestures, I build a rapport with you. You actually feel like, a lot of people feel like they're having a conversation with the person in the video. It's really about building trust, rapport, and seeing that, they are passionate about what they're talking about and everything else. With long form sales letters, they work, don't get me wrong. They work very well, especially with the ClickBank crowd. But again, I prefer to keep it short, concise. I don't want you having to scroll down the page and go crazy. Now you see here, I actually show you the price and the call to action right up front, the sign me up. But the reason they actually remove the controls, and another new and recent tactic, which I've used very successfully, is also hide the buy button and the call to action button until right near the end when I'm actually using the calls to action in the video. That really increases the conversion. There's no long form sales page to go through. You're actually kind of pretty much locked in to see and hear the entire sales message. And if I've done my job and any other marketer who's using this technique has done their job, you're interested and engaged and passionate about what you're seeing. And that's why, honestly, we've seen a very, very large jump in our conversions on the last one we did, which was Twitter Commando. We actually did a split test between a long form sales page and a video one. The video sales page converted at 57% more. So now, again, some of that was due to the pre-sale videos we put out there. That really did help. But on the actual launch day, that was a 57% jump. Now, that being said, some people do get frustrated with the fact that there's no controls. And I have had people complain that there's no fast forward or anything else. You can click the video and pause it and then restart it. But those are in the minority. And, there are people who are not going to like it. One alternative, if you want to execute this strategy yourself, is to offer a shortcut to a text-only, a text version, and then you hit both birds with one stone. You give them the opportunity to go to a long-form sales letter if you like. But that's entirely up to you. I generally don't do that because, honestly, we're video marketers and we focus a lot on videos here. And a lot of people are on DSL, cable modems. Internet speeds are getting faster and faster. And doing live streaming video from somewhere like Amazon S3, where we host a lot of our videos, just makes it a lot easier to communicate and get that sales process going. So that's a very good question. The next question is actually kind of related to that. Another one is exit pop-up conversions. Do exit pop-ups convert better? Because I've had complaints and people find them annoying. Even I find them annoying. And they know that I use them. And have I seen an increase in traffic? Absolutely. And you know what? I know some people have pop-up blockers and everything else. But if they're used correctly and they're not abused, they can actually do a great job. Now, just to show you, on Firestorm SEO, which was one of the products we launched, I think it was the beginning of June, we actually had a double exit pop-up. So when you left the site, it actually gave you an offer, and you might be able to hear that, in which case I'm going to try and shut that guy down. First of all, it said, "Hey, sorry to see you go. We would like you to not walk away empty-handed today. So would you like 20 free videos?" Again, they're not up for buying it today, but hey, maybe they would like to sign up and get 20 free videos. Again, if you offer a kick-ass deal, an absolute no-brainer deal, then fine. Well, you're going to get a lot more conversions, especially to your mailing lists. Maybe you've got a downsell, or maybe you've got something, similar that they might be more interested in. However you string that along, that will actually work out pretty well. And then what we did is, if they didn't want to do this and sign up for our mailing list, what we did is we had another second pop-up that says, hey, no problem, understand. What we can do here is, and we gave them a free product. There was no option to sign up, but basically all they did was send a little message to Twitter. And what this did had a great effect. We had a lot of people then wanting to say, okay, there's no sign up, I'm not on any lists, fine, but I do want this really cool product. It's a no-brainer for me. All I have to do is tweet a little message to Twitter about promoting Firestorm SEO, and we got a lot more traffic and viral traffic from that. And again, all it took them was to go ahead and sign up a little, put their Twitter username and password in to send a little tweet. And we got a lot of conversions from that as well. So yes, exit pop-ups work very well as long as you're offering something that is absolutely, they can't refuse. If you make an offer they can't refuse, you're going to get a lot more traffic. If you're just trying to resell them the same thing in a different way, is a downsell, you will still get some sales. If you're just trying to hassle them to buy the same thing, you're going to get nowhere and you will get some complaints. And yes, not everyone, is going to like exit pop-ups. Some people are going to find it annoying. But again, if you get an increase in conversions, an increase in your mailing list, that's future opportunities for marketing. And that really cannot be ignored. Okay, well, we're kind of hitting it's 6:37, so we're not doing too bad. I think we've got time for a few more questions, so I'm going to rattle through these and take another drink. Bear with me one sec. Oh, I need a beer. They gave me soda, but I need a beer instead. There you go. That's more relaxing at this time of the evening. Next question I had was about authority sites. Now, this is a syndrome a lot of marketers are facing. They are very, very diverse in their niches. And this particular question was about, I have a lot of different websites, articles, Web 2.0 sites in many, many different niches. Just wanted to get your thoughts on focusing on one very large authority site versus building micro niche sites or long tail keyword type sites. Well, if you have seen my Firestorm SEO setup, you will know that I very much like creating authority sites and focusing on driving traffic to those sites. It works very well. It allows you to control everything and build up a lot of traffic, a lot of page rank over time, a lot of backlinks, rather than spreading yourself too thin where it just becomes completely unmanageable. Now, with the Firestorm approach, we like to just kind of get laser focused on certain keywords and build up authority over time. Now, with being spread too thin with lots of micro niche sites, they work, but it's just difficult to control. By having everything centralized in one spot, you can decide, okay, I want to push this into a product, which is one thing you can do once you get to a certain level. If you're really starting to get a lot of traffic and it's really working out well, rather than, say, promoting a affiliate product or what have you, you can actually develop your own product on the back end, use that incredible authority you've already developed, and then either, sell that product, drive more traffic to your website and make more money. Or if it's not working out that well, just sell the site on Flipper. It works very, very well indeed. But you've already got that massive framework, that massive kind of the Firestorm setup going on and everything else that's associated with that. That makes your site a lot more valuable to anyone that wants to buy that website. But in the long run, you're going to see a lot more success with your rankings, your traffic, and everything else. Building micro niches, unless you have a lot of automatic fire and forget promotion, it makes it very, very difficult to manage and really push any of them because your efforts are spread so thin. And honestly, the thinner your spread, the thinner your chances of succeeding are going to be. That's why I really like to focus on, I mean, right now I'm in about 10 different niches. And I could be in 200 or 300 different niches, but I focus on 10 niches and put all of my efforts into those 10 niches, even at my level. The reason I do that is it allows me to focus all of my efforts, and if I have to make changes, it's a lot easier to change 10 sites and niches rather than 200. I mean, that can be an absolute bloody nightmare. So bear that in mind, and this applies to everyone out there with niche marketing. Focus, if you want to create some micro niche sites for testing purposes to see which niche might produce a result, that's fine. Dip your toes in the water, see where the potential is, and then turn them, the ones that show promise, into Firestorm sites and then sell the rest on Flipper. Again, just focus your efforts where the potential and where the actual profits are. So that would be really my comment on that. And let's see, we've got 2 more questions I want to cover tonight. It was actually a really good question. How do I do my videos? Because a lot of people have liked the way I do my videos, my intros, backgrounds, and my exits as well. They ask me, do I do those videos myself or do I outsource them? And for recording the videos, what setup do I use and what do I recommend? Well, here's confession time. We're actually working on a very large video marketing product that's going to be hitting the market sometime later this year. I can't give out too many details about it, but we're working with some top people in the industry, and we're going to share a lot of these secrets in that course. However, you guys are my inner circle guys, so I'm going to spill the beans on how I do it. First of all, yes, I do all of these videos myself. I started off with a $100 camcorder, a Sanyo Exacti, purchased from from Amazon, and basically I just set that up on a tripod, spoke into the camera. That was how I do most of my videos. That will do the job. It's in fact, it's on my desk here. Let me just knock a few things over. This camera is a 10 megapixel HD camcorder. You can buy it from Best Buy or a very similar one. It does the job great. As long as you've got the secret to good videos is lighting. And you can, as long as you're not like by an open window behind you, so which you could test the lighting in different areas, test lamps, test different setups. The one kind of like I like is called daylight lighting. You can get these bulbs from most grocery stores or even Lowe's. They're daylight bulbs. They're called 6500K bulbs. And that is a kind of light rating. It's a very white light. But if you're recording videos and you're doing anything live like that, that works very, very well. Now, I don't use that camera much anymore. I've got a decent camcorder. I only spent $400 on it. It's an HD, let me see, pick it up here. It's a Canon Vixia. It cost me about $400. It does HD and it's really, really good. A built-in microphone, external microphone. I use what's called a clip-on microphone, a lavalier microphone, or a lapel microphone I've heard them called. That works really well. And I have a green screen in my office now, as you've probably seen from some of my videos. The green screen setup I got from Amazon, I think it was $200. That came with a couple of lights as well. It was like an all-in-one kit. And the softbox lights that come with it, they really allow you to get very, very clean green screens. So that's how I do the kind of green screen stuff. The intros are actually stock clips I get from iStock Photography. The music I get from musicloops.com, and then just using iMovie or Corel Studio or any other, you can do this in any video thing. I basically lay one over the other, have a nice little graphic, because my wife is absolutely great with graphics, so she is an award-winning graphics designer as well as a award-winning fantasy artist, and she's absolutely fantastic for graphics. So she'll do me a very nice graphic, and then I just overlay that, have a nice piece of music, some rotating graphics that I got from stock photography, and that's it. I just put it all together. Looks fantastic. It stands out from the crowd, and that really makes all the difference in the world with anything you're doing in regards to video. So that's kind of the secrets there, okay? And again, being the inner circle, you got your hands on that little secret. It doesn't take much, but it looks kick-ass. And as you can see, whenever you get one of my products, they're a lot more valuable and a lot more effort in them than a lot of people put into them. So it makes it increases the perceived value of every single product. Now, the content I like to think in our products is pretty damn good as well. But from the front end, it's very compelling when you do that. Now, the last question before my voice cracks is about the Ask Sean content. It was actually a very good last-minute question I just got asked. Will I be providing access to the recorded content via iTunes and for iPhone so that it can easily be read on the iPhone? No, this is private content. We're not going to do this as a podcast, but you will be able to download this and the video I'm recording at the same time here in the actual Ask Sean section. We're going to have a little section where you can download these each week. Will there be an Inner Circle affiliate program? We're thinking about that. We're thinking about changing some things around with the Inner Circle, changing the system around so that other people can promote it. That might be down the line. We're not sure. We've got so many projects going on right now, and unfortunately, I cannot clone myself. I wish I could. I wish I had like 10 clones of me, and then I could keep up with all the projects I want to get going. But there is a plan to change the Inner Circle affiliate, the Inner Circle membership program around so that we can tie in an affiliate program as well. Another question I got asked by the same person was, will I create a forum? We're debating that. Forums tend to take a lot of maintenance and management and moderation. We are thinking about that from the front end to create an internet marketing forum and then having some private members only forums. But that presents all sorts of other issues as well. So we're considering it. If there's enough demand for it, then yeah, we probably will. But like I say, we're trying to keep things manageable right now. And we want to make sure that we focus on giving you the absolute best content, the best advice. I mean, you can see we're doing the daily, pretty much blog posts and secrets and tips right now. We don't want to be splitting our focus away from that to forum moderation and anti-spam and all that kind of stuff that comes with setting up a forum. So, but if you guys really want it, then certainly let us know. And if there's enough demand, we'll certainly see what we can do there. Well, that's it. It is 6:49. That was all the questions I really was going to cover tonight. So I think we've done quite a lot. And I know my voice is starting to break here and crack a little bit. So I think I'm going to leave it there for tonight, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. There was a lot we covered. And if you have a question that I did not answer tonight, I apologize. Let me know. Ask more questions, and we'll try and cover it next week. And again, take some of these tips and advice. Maybe it applies to your business. See what works for you. I mean, some of the stuff we covered tonight was article marketing, which is really cool. That is a very, very popular subject. And we'll see what we can turn up in the future for you. Again, if you want a site reviewed, if you want to bounce ideas off me, just ask me and I'll be happy to answer next week. So take care, guys. I really enjoyed tonight. It's been great. And I will speak to you very soon. Take care.